Holman hits crucial 62 as both sides struggle. Despite being second best for much of the match at Trent Bridge, Sam Robson and Mark Stoneman battled hard to earn Middlesex an important draw to deny Division 2 leaders the win, the gap 11 points. Worcestershire were the visitors to the Merchant Taylors' School, looking to bounce back from defeat to Glamorgan. After winning the toss and choosing to bat with the sun beaming down on Northwood, it wasn't the best of starts for Middlesex. Leach lifted Robson's off-stump out of the ground for the first wicket of the day. Stoneman was the second. Leach turned catcher, easily taking the grab as the opener top-edged Pennington. And Davis followed with the score on 38. Pennington again with the wicket, the number 3 unable to withdraw the bat in time, and taken easily by Roderick. They were still short of 50 when Robbie White's off-stump was pegged back by Ed Barnard. Max Holden took them to 50. Barnard pulled. The ropes found despite the best efforts of the fielder deep on the leg side. But that proved to be his only real telling contribution. A second was a little risky and terminal when the two batters collided in the middle. Holden ran out for 12. It didn't get much better for Middlesex. With 10 minutes to go until tea, they were 6 down. Simpson out LBW to Leach for 7. Respite for Middlesex. Lunch taken with the score 76 for 6. Not the best session for the hosts. The first belongs to the pairs. Roland Jones tried to hit back at Worcestershire after tea. He and Holman with a flurry of boundaries to push Middlesex closer to 100. But the damage had already been done, and Roland Jones had to go, out caught behind off the bowling of Morris for 10. They could have been in even worse trouble had the tough chance stuck following the edge by Holman. But the hosts stabilised. Holman and Helm struck up a defiant partnership and kept the pairs out. The renewed belief brought Holman his 50. A dogged knock brought up off 82 balls with a single off Baker. And an evenly shared 50 partnership soon followed. Helm fortunate, but 2 runs taken nonetheless. His confidence continued to grow. Baker sent soaring for 6 to move into the 40s. The score was a much healthier looking 176 when Baker finally removed the last recognised batter. Holman bowled for 62. How crucial would his knock prove to be? Umesh Yadav's Middlesex debut wasn't what he'd hoped for. Out after 2 balls, skying a catch high in the air to Haynes for Leach's 3rd. The end was nigh, but that wouldn't prevent Helm from reaching his 2nd ever first-class 50 after a real battling effort with the bat. But Tim Murtagh didn't offer too much resistance. Out for 5, bowled by Baker. Middlesex's first innings producing 188 runs. It had been almost the perfect start from Worcestershire, but for Holman's top score of 62 and that half-century from Helm, Middlesex could very well have been dismissed for a somewhat embarrassing total. Leach was the pick of the bowlers, finishing with 3 for 58. But Worcestershire were to get a bit of a taste of their own medicine. Pollock out caught behind with just 22 on the board, and Libby soon followed, out LBW in Murtagh's next over for 15. Haynes and Cornell pushed the pairs on towards 50, but were stopped in their tracks 1 run short. The former out caught by Robson off the bowling of Helm. Middlesex spotted a window of opportunity and made a beeline for it. Yadav with his first wicket in Middlesex colours. Cornell bowled for 11, and then Brett D'Oliveira followed with no change to the score. Worcestershire in real trouble now at 49 for 5. Enter Barnard and Roderick, a rescue job on their hands, and they started to tick the score along, chipping away at the deficit and providing some stability for the pairs. The early wobble dealt with, and the 6th wicket duo built their way into the innings, all the way to a 50 partnership, sealed when Roderick worked Yadav into the leg side. And before the end of the day, they had 100 runs on the board. Worcestershire finished the day on 100 for 5, trailing by 88, but it could have been so much worse. The rescue job had really papered over the cracks. Neither side had found their feet on the wicket, and if the match continues at this pace, we may very well see a second day finish.